Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Today we are reading some of the quotes from this book to make you feel asleep and restful, but at the same time try to find the best out of the legendary books. Enjoy. He had never experienced such a strange and awful sensation, and what was most agonizing was that it was more sensation than a conception or idea. Direct sensation, the most agonizing of all the sensations he had known in his life. A new, overwhelming sensation was gaining more and more mastery over him every moment. It was an immeasurable, almost physical repulsion for everything surrounding him, a stubborn, malignant feeling of hatred. All who met him were loathsome to him. He loathed their faces, their movements, their gestures. Raskolnikov turned to the wall, where in the dirty yellow paper he picked out one clumsy white flower with brown lines on it, and began examining how many petals there were in it, how many scallops in the petals, and how many lines on them. He felt his arms and legs as lifeless, as though they had been cut off. He did not attempt to move, but stared obstinately at the flowers. But Luzhin was already leaving without finishing his speech, squeezing between the table and the chair. Razumikin got up this time to let him pass, without glancing at anyone, and not even nodding to the Seymour, who had for some time been making signs to him to leave the sick man alone. He went out, lifting his hat to the level of his shoulders, to avoid crushing it as he stopped to go out the door, and even the curve of his spine indicated the horrible insult he had received. The fact is, they always do that. Though answered Sameto, a man will commit a clever murder, risk his life, and then at once go drinking in a tavern. They are caught spending money. They are not at all as cunning as you are. You wouldn't go to a tavern, of course. Sonia, daughter, forgive me. He cried and tried to hold out his hand to her, but losing his balance, he fell off the sofa, face downwards on the floor. They rushed to pick him up, but they put him on the sofa. But he was dying. Sonia, with a faint cry, ran up, embraced him, and stayed there motionless. He died in her arms. I like them to talk nonsense. That's man's one privilege over all creation. Though error you come to the truth, I am a man because I err. To go wrong in your own way is better than to go right in someone else's. In the first case, you are a human being. In the second, you are no better than a bird. Of course, he muttered to himself. A minute later, with a fleeting of self-abasement, of course, all these bad deeds can never be wiped out or smoothed over and so it's useless even to think of it. And I must go to them in silence and do my duty in silence too, and not ask forgiveness and say nothing. Now all is lost. Why do you demand? I have a heroism that maybe you don't have either. It's dictatorial. It's tyrannical. If I ruin anyone, then I'll only be ruining myself. I'm not committing a murder. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you so pale? Thank you for listening. I hope you're going to have a restful evening and restful sleep. This was Hold Me to Sleep.